Yes, my love life, my relationships. I just posted 2 videos about my daughter's father, the abusive relationship I was in and how it ended. So I think that's triggered me to really think about the relationships I've had since then and how that's affected me. It's hard for me to trust somebody after somebody treats you so poorly and does heinous things. Why wouldn't you have trust issues, you know? If the person you are laying in bed with would do such a thing, who else wouldn't? First, I want to say, if I'm looking around going like this and this and this, it's because my light reflects off my glasses, and I know I need new glasses for filming purposes, like non-reflective glasses or something they call them. So when I look at the light, it doesn't have these round spots. Just put my order in today for some contacts so I can film for y'all. My nails need to be done. My hair isn't cooperating today. Barely have any makeup on, so we're being as raw as possible right now. Stick with me, it'll be worth it. Promise. Oh my gosh, this light is really gonna bother me. I've had a rough day, so we're gonna get into it. You ever notice when one thing happens, it's like 10 other things happen that reflect off that one thing that happened? Say you're having money problems, right? And you have one bill past due. Then it's like your car breaks down. Then it's like another bill comes out of nowhere. It's like the same thing keeps reoccurring. And I have checked myself. Trust and believe. First thing you should always do is check your energy to see if you are putting anything negative out into the world that could come back to you. Because 9 out of 10 times, actually 10 out of 10 times, anything you put out into the world, good or bad, with intention or not, it always comes back some way, somehow. Because that's what I'm acknowledging. That's what I'm telling myself. That's what I'm telling the world around me. So everything is like energy. It like pings off each other. So if I'm going to sit here and be negative and say, I don't have money, I'm broke, this and that, more bills are just going to come. More problems are just going to come, right? So first, get your energy checked. If it's not your energy, you've been nothing but positive, you've been manifesting, you've been saying your affirmations, and bad things are still happening, or you cannot break that cycle. Sometimes it's just out of your control. Like, some things just happen. Today, I'm having one of those days where no matter what I do, I have been angry, so it might be that. I might need to calm down. Yeah, basically, I'm just noticing all the people in my life are creating conflict with me, and it's like they're pushing me away. I'm noticing that I'm a good person, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I am very caring about the people in my life because I don't have that many people by choice. I've had best friends here and there, but I've never really been the type of person to be able to get close to people. So when I do come across somebody that I click with, I don't take that lightly, and I hold on to that as long as possible. Of course somebody's calling me. This better be good. I'm starting to feel detached from people, and it's crazy because I was so caught up in wanting to find a relationship and wanting love especially throughout this year. That was like one of the things I really wanted. I wanted to finally be in a relationship again. A real one, an adult one, no toxicity, no games, just all in. I dated 2 guys and I was in a relationship with 2-ish. You know, like you're dating, just going on dates, and then things progress and you hang out more and you're kind of in a relationship, but it's not like real. It's kind of like we're together, not seeing anybody else. We do have a relationship, but I wouldn't say it was like a committed relationship, if that makes sense. After this last one, it bothered me because I have been trying so hard to change my ways that when it doesn't work out, it's hurtful because I am doing everything I can to be a good woman on my end and pick different types of guys to date that I wouldn't necessarily give a chance to. And in my head, I was thinking, okay, if I date the type of guy who doesn't get a girl like me often, not picking the guy every girl would pick. You know, you swipe on pics that you find attractive, bios that are funny or that draw you in. I was doing the quite opposite. I was swiping on anybody and everybody, even if I didn't find them attractive, even if they looked like they smelled or had no teeth. I was like, you know what, I'll give them a chance, right? Wouldn't a guy who was interested in finding a relationship come across me and be like, you know what, this is a gift, I should do right by it? Nope. This thing doesn't come around often. I should probably be good to this girl. I am not the beeswax, or the bees, what is that saying? Like, I'm not everything, right? Like, I'm a human being just like you. I don't think I'm better or worse than anybody, but I know my worth. Like, you would want to date me. I'm disappointed because I was giving men chances who didn't deserve it, who had never been with a girl like me in their life, somebody that has all the boxes checked and, you know, really can't say a bad thing about. I'm definitely old school in certain ways, in the ways I like to be treated. I'm not going to let certain things fly. And I may be too emotional, too sensitive, little things, like any girl is. But other than that, like, I'm pretty much the package. I'm just confused. Like, if this guy, right, grade A, good looking, has car, job, got some money, got goals, things going for him, takes care of his kids, like everything is good, he walks into my life, I would not take advantage of that. I would do right by that. Hey, don't go for the hot guy that every girl would go for. Give the nice guy a chance type thing. I've done that a couple times now, and it just seems like they take advantage. Not only do I need to find a good guy, but I need to find a guy who's appreciative, who's a man, who is looking for commitment, who can, you know, understand the gift that I am to them. You know, a lot of boys don't understand the power of having a female by your side, especially a good one, especially a pretty one that's loyal, that only wants your time and, you know, some attention and affection. Like, I don't need anything but that. So you would think if you give the nice guy a chance, like, they'll do right by you and whatever, but that's not the case. Like, not only do you need to find a good guy or give a nice guy a chance, we need to make sure he's appreciative and grateful and can really see what he has in front of him. I don't know why my phone's blowing up. My phone never blows up. It's dry as shit. It's so dry. I'm confused. I don't like dating apps. I don't like this whole routine of Netflix and chill, let's hang out, Just men slide into my DMs. Oh, you're so sexy. Oh, come to my house. Can we hang out tonight? Like, what is that? I feel like people's morals and values, the old school ways, are slowly being lost in translations through the dating app. If things were more natural and you could organically meet somebody out, people wouldn't act like that, I feel like. When people send messages, it's just so impersonal. They don't know who you are, so they don't care how you're going to respond. They're just out to get anything they can, which bothers me, because now it's like, I feel like when guys like me, I don't even feel special anymore, because it's like, most of them like anything. Some guys just want to have you to say they've had you. Yes, they look dumb in the end. Yes, it's their loss. But some people are just not smart. And I hate to be so blunt, but people don't see the severity of their actions until they grow mentally and spiritually. No matter what I do, I always try to think of what my higher self would do. I try to make sure my energy's on point. I always want to give out good juju, because it always comes back, you know, and not everybody thinks like that. So with that said, I'm just here to say, through your own dating experience, make sure that when you are going for a guy, no matter who he is, the best quality you could find in somebody is somebody who isn't going to take you for granted, who is going to appreciate you and be grateful. Those are qualities I've never even thought about thinking about when looking for qualities in a guy. You know, I'm just like, oh, he's got to be trusting, he's got to be loyal, he's got to, you know, be like this or that, he's got to be romantic here and there. I'm starting to realize that I am much too grown for my age. I am much too special for regular schmegular type dudes. And I mean that in a mental and spiritual sense. I'm just surpassed most people, because I'm such an old soul with a emotional intelligence beyond me, and an intuition and a raised consciousness, a raised awareness and consciousness. Consciousness? Can anybody say that word, or is it just me? Conscience is higher, my vibrations are higher, and it's just like, there's a disconnect. Like, I can't find somebody who's a deep thinker like that, somebody that is loyal to themselves and respects themselves enough that they'll respect and be loyal to me no matter what, because they care about themselves so much, you know? If you find a guy, I think that's why they say, find a man who's in fear of God, because he won't do you wrong, you know? Somebody who's a God-fearing man.
My camera died like usual. I don't know how these YouTubers do it. I need a stronger battery or something, or I just need to charge it and then start recording. Anyways, like I was saying, I've always been a lover. I've always been a relationship type girl. I've always been in love with love. And for the past month, I have felt so numb that I can't even think about being with a guy physically, emotionally, cuddling, going on a date, even responding to a DM, going on any of the dating apps. Like, I cannot bring myself to do it. Like, I'm almost repulsed by the thought of dating anymore. I don't know, it just feels like a violation. Like, I give you the most intimate parts of me for you to just leave, or for it just not to work out, or for you to act different after the lust period is over. I see it like, you know, the first month of dating, it's very lustful, everything's new. The second month of dating, you guys are getting used to each other, everything's still good. The third month of dating, I feel like that's what really makes or breaks it. That's when you guys are going to start fighting. You're going to start to notice what you do like about each other, what you don't, and it's up to you guys to work through it. The answer is never breaking up unless it's something you've been working at for a while. Like I'd say 6 months to a year. If you both are really unhappy, it's toxic, it's just not working, you've tried and tried, and it's just not a fit, then call it quits. But I never see the purpose of getting into a relationship if you're just gonna break up. Like, no matter what it is to me, as long as you're not cheating on me, or, you know, you have a problem that's going to be damaging to me emotionally and physically, then there's no reason to break up. I just feel like I can't trust anybody anymore either. I don't know how to trust somebody when you've been done wrong so much. It's like you're just preparing. Your body is always in fight or flight mode, just waiting for something to happen. Not even just relationships. I see like friendships around me, some family problems. Like, no matter who's walked into my life that I've been close with, at some point, 80% of them have disregarded me or have stopped being close with me over something I did that maybe made them feel a negative way or they didn't approve of. I have never been somebody that's been worth the conversation of let's work this out because I want you in my life. And that really bothers me because I have sat with myself, I have sat with therapists, I have asked guys, girls, like, is it me? Is there something wrong with me? Is there something I do? Like, just be blunt with me. Just tell me what it is. I have never gotten an answer that made me feel like it was me. Never. Never, not once. But it seems like I've always attracted people into my life that just wanted to be there while it served them. I've given people so many chances. They've done me wrong so many times, you know? And I've let it go. Didn't say anything. And then it's like, I do one thing and it's like, bye. I don't get it. I really don't. And part of me thinks that maybe I'm intimidating, you know, some people just want to be the best in their own little world. So when somebody challenges them, they push it away because it makes them look bad or it makes them feel like they're not the best. Something somebody else does never has something to do with you. Their actions are a direct reflection of themselves. But it still hurts, you know? I'm like, why do I keep attracting these relationships that are not infinite? Like, I don't know. I feel like it'd be so much easier to have relationships with anybody if I was just, you know, if I didn't care about myself, frankly. If I was just somebody to walk all over. I really don't like dating these days. I don't. I want an old school man. How do I find a man on social media without having social media? How do I find a man with morals from the 50s that's 30? I feel like when I talk to guys about their past or what their dating life is like, I'm like, y'all really be dating anything and everything? Like, do you have respect for yourself? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't even feel special anymore because some guys will really go after anything and everything. Like, what does that say about me? I don't like that. Who will just take attention from anybody, who will answer any little message just because it's attention. I don't like that, you know? I want a man that's confident and secure with themselves, that's like, I don't need to be talking to 20 women. I know I'm the ish. and I got one girl and that's enough. It's like everybody swaps partners so quickly. They're snapping this person, they're on Tinder with this person, they're on Messenger with this person. If that's what you want, like if you need attention all the time from random people because that's what serves your ego, I don't want any parts in that. I can't compete with 20 girls and I won't. And if somebody puts you in the position to do that, you need to leave because they don't value you, because they don't even value themselves. It's okay to upgrade. Your next person should always be an upgrade. It should never be worse than your ex, ever, ever, ever. Cannot stress that enough. And I've seen this countless of times. People going back to their exes that they know they're done with just because it's comfortable and safe. Do not do that. I have seen time and time again. First of all, I'm not really friends with girls. So a lot of guys I date or hang out with, majority of the time they're friends because I don't really get along with girls. So I don't know, kill two birds with one stone. Just make it a guy that's a friend and whatever else I need at the time. So I have seen a lot of guys stay in these toxic relationships just because they're safe, it's comfortable, it's what they know, they can do whatever they want basically, and that is so not healthy. Why would you want something that's not good for you? Why would you want something that you have a codependency with? Why would you want something that you can clearly do better than? It just doesn't make sense to me. Lessons learned here. Make sure they are appreciative, grateful, and deserving of you, and are gonna treat you right and not take you for granted and use you while you're there. Because like I said, some guys will just want you to say they've had you, and I never really thought about it like that. Some people will just walk into your life just to say they were there, you know? So just be careful. And no matter how great you are, no matter how wonderful you are, no matter how everything you are, there's always going to be that one person that tries to make you feel less than to make themselves feel better. Another thing I learned is that a man cannot be loyal to you if he's not loyal to himself. He can't respect you if he can't even respect himself. When you bring more to the table, it's harder to find somebody to eat with. And it's so true. I feel like the better I get in every which way, financially, physically, whatever it may be, it gets harder to find somebody to share that with. If I was dumb, if I let guys walk all over me, if I didn't really take care of myself, I could find any guy, right? I'd be happy. I almost wish I was ignorant and naive because I'd be surrounded by plenty of guys. It would work out with any guy, right? But because I require respect, I require your utmost best version of yourself, a lot of guys, you know, can't give me that because they can't even give themselves that. Anything somebody does is a pure reflection of themselves. But I think, like, why would they do this to me? Are they really that dumb? Like, do you really not see what you have? Do you really not see how karma is gonna do you dirty? Like, are you not thinking about that? Like, do you really think you're gonna find better? Like, I feel like sometimes it's an ego boost for guys to leave you, to make it seem like they don't care, because it's like, if I can leave her, that's gonna feed my ego. I don't need her. That serves them in the moment, you know. Their ego is gonna be on top for a little bit, but it all goes away. When reality hits and they don't find another you and anybody else, and all they keep attracting is the opposite of what you are and the low of the low, they'll realize. I'll see you next time.